You are now entering Armbar Audio.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Armbar Audio. I'm your host, Tim Farley, and across the screen from me is my trusted companion,
John Kearns. What's up, everybody?
Today we are here to discuss Ring of Honor's pay-per-view tonight, Death Before Dishonor, and give our predictions.
Yes.
John has the card, so he will be bringing those up for us to discuss.
I have the card. They won't be.
He's got all the Pokemon cards, too.
I don't have Pokemon cards.
Do you want his address to steal them?
Damn it. I don't have any Pokemon cards. I have some My Hero Academia cards. I believe
that are mine.
I have mine too. I do have, I believe, one Pokemon card. It's a Squirtle card that I got from a McDonald's Happy Meal. So Shucks. Shucks is right. Oh.
So as we talk about the matches, we will talk about the build to them. We're not going to talk about the build to this pay-per-view beforehand. We're just going to jump right into.
Yep, we're jumping right the fuck in with some pre-show matches. We have Allison Kay versus Willow Nightingale, Colt Cabana versus Anthony Henry, and then Shinobi Shadow Squad, which is Eli Isom. How do you say that? Eli Isom and Cheeseburger versus the Trustbusters, Ari Daivari and Slim J. Oh, and another pre-show match, Tully Blanchard Enterprises, Brian Cage, and the Gates of Agony, which are Khan and Toa Leona, versus three of our favorites, Alex Zane, Blake Christian, and Tony Deppen. So the pre-show looks pretty fucking cool. Is there anything you want to discuss with the pre-show?
Yeah, I would like to discuss.
Let's go for it. Allison Kay and Willow Nightingale.
Very, very, very happy to see AK-47 on this. I hope that coming out of this pay-per-view, the idea of ROH becoming a show or maybe a monthly extravaganza or something will happen, because I am a big fan of AK-47. I'm also a very big fan of Willow Nightingale. So I'd like to see them more often. We do get to see Willow in supportive roles and jobber roles in AEW, but she is the babe with the power, and she's gotten some more experience under her wing by going to Tokyo Joshi Pro with Thunder Rosa this past month. Just for the sake of that we've seen her on AEW more, I would say Willow's going to win this, but it's not going to be a squash.
No, it's going to be a damn good women's division contest. Women of Honor, as it were. AK-47, Allison Kay, is one of the best in the world, as is Willow Nightingale. But like you said, Willow Nightingale has been getting the dynamite spots, so I do expect her to come away with the victory. But swerving us with Allison Kay winning would not be a negative, in my opinion. I agree. Her to appear more often. Colt Cabana,
it could build a number one contender type of feud for the women's title.
Colt Cabana and Anthony Henry. You can't have Ring of Honor without Colt Cabana.
That's true. Anthony Henry is a fantastic wrestler. I watched him most recently in Southeast or the big Southern promotion now that AC Mack made beyond the the uncharted territory. I forget the name.
Well, uncharted
But
territory is beyond.
I believe.
Is it not anymore?
No. AC Mack when he won after he won the title, he put the title on the line against someone and said if he retains the title, beyond uncharted territory goes to the South.
Oh shit!
Because he's trying to blow up Southern wrestling. So it's been going on there. I want to say the promotion's called Southeast, but I don't remember. But I watched him wrestle Daniel Makabe. I've been watching him wrestle for years, and he is such a good worker. That's why he's in the tag team with JD Drake called the Workhorse.
Oh, yeah.
But I've seen him in Black Label Pro all over the place. He's even been on AEW. It's hard to go against Colt Cabana because he's an AEW contracted wrestler and he's a Ring of Honor mainstay.
Yep.
But it all depends on what Tony's plan for Ring of Honor is. Just like we talked about with Willow and Allison Kay. I would really love to see Anthony Henry get the win here.
Yeah. I'm going to also say Anthony Henry, but if he gets hit with that Superman pin, ain't no escaping from that. Shinobi Shadow Squad, Cheeseburger, and Eli Isom versus the Trust Busters, Ari Daivari and Slim J.
Now, I read somewhere that Ari Daivari, I don't know if if it happened like on New Japan Strong or whatever, but like apparently, you know, they're called the Trust Busters because he inherited his family's money. I don't like to go against Eli Isom. I think Eli Isom, before Ring of Honor folded, Eli Isom was a shining star of up and coming shining star of Ring of Honor, along with Dak Draper, and I have to go with the Shinobi Shadow Squad.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you. I can't go against Eli Isom or Cheeseburger, to be perfectly honest with you. I love everything about that guy.
Yeah. I like how whenever he was on the independents after Ring of Honor folded, he went by world famous CB.
Yeah, world famous CB.
Yeah. Yeah. Take him a little bit more serious, you know.
And then our last pre-show contest, Tully Blanchard Enterprises, the Gates of Agony, and the Machine, Brian Cage, against a trio of John's favorite GCW wrestlers, Alex Zane, Blake Christian, and Tony Deppen.
Well, I'm going to start by saying Tony Deppen has been making a lot of moves for himself. Before Ring of Honor folded, he was in Ring of Honor. He was television champion. He was, I want to say he was the Trios champions, but I'm not sure. He recently went over to the UK and was wrestling for Rev Pro and Over the Top in Ireland. So,
right.
And Ring of Honor has had all three of those men on their shows. But Brian Cage and Tully Blanchard have been with AEW for a long time. Khan and Leona have been shown on the shows, whether it was Dark Elevation, Rampage, Dynamite. If you want to establish Tully Blanchard Enterprises, you have them go over here, but it's going to be a fun spot fest type of match, especially when you have Blake Christian, Alex Zane, and Brian Cage.
Right. I have grown to really enjoy trios matches over the past year or so. with everything AEW's doing with them, watching them in New Japan, and we actually have the Ring of Honor Trios titles being defended on this show. We'll get into that later, but I love the focus on trios that is being presented right now. And Tony Deppen shared a tweet about how himself, Blake, and Alex Zane were supposed to be a trio, I believe, before the hiatus came. But it fell through. So he's very happy and excited, and I am too, to get this opportunity to get this trios going. But like you said,
all these guys are getting good opportunities.
Yeah, man.
Like if you look at the past year of Blake and Alex and Tony, and considering where Alex and Blake went for a little bit, just everything that these guys are doing. Zane finally got to be in the Best of Super Juniors, and Japan loved him. Blake is putting himself in the upper echelons of GCW and Warrior Wrestling, and he's been on Impact. Like, these guys are on the bubble, you know. It just sucks that they're going to be against Tully Blanchard Enterprises.
Yes, because they need this victory more than anybody. Like, for sure.
Well, it's good that they're getting the exposure.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, got to go with Tully Blanchard on this one. Always been on Blanche.
Tully Blanchard! You're at the ROH pay-per-view! And you're not roasting me? Rick, the media roasted you enough.
Oh my God,
last year. I got
he's
better
always
things to do.
With the hand. That I never
Always
thought
with
about
the
it. So you
hand.
just did that. Yeah. So yeah, pre-show looks pretty fucking good, honestly. And the pre-show is kind of mid a lot of the time on every show, but holy goddamn,
Usually.
this is a damn good. Like, this whole thing is like a main card.
Right. Let's get into the main card.
I was just gonna save that. Let's first talk about the Battle of the Brothers that was just added within the past couple days. Roosh versus Dragon Lee.
Very excited to see Dragon Lee back in the United States. He and his brother Jalistico have been in Mexico for AAA. I really hope this means that we get to see more of Dragon Lee in the crossing of Ring of Honor and AEW, especially since Ingobernables are back together.
In an official capacity, yeah.
I think Dragon Lee will be able to show his stuff in this match, but Roosh will come out with the victory.
Yeah, Roosh is definitely going to win. I think he has to, because, like, they're trying to get Los Ingobernables going. La Facción Ingobernable. And, like,
we can see we're probably going to see the fist thrown up at the end of this match. Maybe even at the beginning.
I'd be very happy. I would be very happy. So, yeah, going to go with Roosh on this one.
I wonder if their father will be in attendance.
Bestia
del Ring.
Maybe. And I think definitely we're going to see Andrade in Roosh's corner or in a backstage capacity. So yeah, Roosh on that one. We're both in agreement. We talked about it a little bit before. Let's get into it. The Trios title is being defended by the Righteous, Vincent, Bateman, and Dutch, with Vita Von Star. And they are facing Dalton Castle and the boys, the Tates. So, what do you think?
I think that Dalton Castle and the boys shouldn't be in this position. I think that Dalton Castle should be on his own and in a better match. This match gives the feeling to me of an ROH reunion type show.
Right.
And not a ROH
Rebirth.
we're moving
Yeah.
ahead.
Right.
Exactly. I think, we've seen Bateman in New Japan Strong as the leader of the Stray Dog Army. Dutch has been doing his thing. Vincent has been in Honor No More for the past few months in Impact. And I think this, going away from the negative things that I talked about, this is a very good match with people with very strong and established gimmicks. There's going to be a lot of hijinks, shenanigans, and fun.
Yeah.
The winner all depends on, like I said earlier in the pre-show matches, where Tony wants to take this. But I feel like you keep the titles on the Righteous.
Yeah, for sure.
Vincent is just, like when I first saw Vincent in his role as he is now, I thought, oh, he's just a Bray Wyatt impersonator. But he's become so much more. He's like a cult leader in the desert, like peyote type dude. Like I don't know. And like Bateman has the look and Dutch has the look as his followers. It's a strong gimmick. And like I said, Dalton Castle is what I would like to see for Dalton Castle, honestly, is a run at the tag team titles with one RJ City. I don't know if you saw that Family Feud that they were on with David Arquette.
I remember I remember seeing RJ City and David Arquette on Family Feud. I didn't watch the whole thing. I know I didn't, but I definitely saw clips.
Right. I only saw clips. But you take Dalton Castle and his ability on the mic and his wrestling acumen, and you mix it with RJ City's charisma. That there could explode an entire promotion. And I don't know if RJ City wants to be a wrestler anymore, but if he does, that is
he's kind of busy right now with
things. So what I would suggest after the match, after the Righteous win, the Tate brothers turn on Dalton.
Interesting. Yeah, and didn't that kind of get teased a little bit ago? The boys turning on Dalton.
Well, when Ring of Honor was still alive, Dalton kind of stopped relying on them so much, and then he would bring them out as he needed, and he was kind of like in a character crisis.
Yeah.
Not because of like in kayfabe.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do with himself. So, I say you pull the trigger on that.
Yeah. So, trios titles, staying on the Righteous, the boys turning on Dalton Castle. Dalton Castle moving into a better position. And you got to let the peacock fly. He's a peacock. You got to let him fly.
Let me see your peacock.
I was saying you were doing a different thing. I was doing from.
No, that's like an old Katy Perry.
Yeah, no, it's
absolutely awful.
Is it Katy Perry? I thought it was Kesha.
Yeah, it is. Oh, absolutely not. I never owned a Kesha album.
Oh, you know what? That was Katy Perry. That was a dark time.
Man, Katy Perry was catchy as hell, and I bought that album.
The Peacock song sucks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Atrocious.
Moving into some more championship action. Let's talk about
Sin against
Sin
music.
against music. And there have been many. Let's get back on track, huh? I mean, full disclosure, my mother walked in, threw her debit card at me, and said, "Order us Papa John's," and I was like, "I can't do that right now. I can't do that right."
Don't you see I have headphones on?
The day of reckoning.
The green screen's up, for Christ's sake.
The day of reckoning.
This ain't an everyday thing.
The day of reckoning has not yet come. We're not quite at 40 and 30 days yet. Yeah. Yeah, every match now that we're going to talk about is a championship match, which is cool. Let's talk about Mercedes Martinez defending against the Professor Serena Deeb.
Oh. Yeah. Serena Deeb laid the trap, and she got what she wanted. AEW, Tony Khan, have a lot of faith in Serena Deeb, and that's a good thing. Mercedes Martinez and Serena Deeb can be compared to each other really, really thoroughly. I think because of the feud with Sheeta, because of the Professor challenges, the 5-minute challenges, because of the development over the past year or so of Serena Deeb, Deeb will come out with her first big singles title.
I agree. I think Serena Deeb is winning this one. She's lost every feud so far, and it's time for her to come out on top.
Did she really lose the Sheeta feud?
Well, she didn't really lose the Sheeta feud, but like she hasn't held a title yet. Is more what I'm getting at.
Right.
Right. Yeah. It's time for her to do that, and not that I don't love Mercedes Martinez, because I do. But like, and I don't blame any issues that I have on the talent at all with this yet. It's just that Ring of Honor hasn't quite. They still seem to not really know what they want to do with it.
Right. There's us.
Nothing to base it on.
Just two random wrestling fans. We don't know the future of what ROH is.
Yeah. So nothing that we're talking about
going to
is
be,
on the talent.
If it's still going to be Ring of Honor wrestlers showing up on AEW, showing off their titles, putting on title matches,
right,
or starting storylines on AEW for an ROH feud, you put that title on Serena.
Yeah. Right. Precisely. Serena Deeb. Moving into pure title territory, Wheeler Yuta defending against Daniel Garcia. This is one that could go either way. With what we've been talking about with the AEW influence, both of these guys are heavily featured on Dynamite, Rampage, even on Dark. So, how do you see this one going?
For a while, Daniel Garcia was Daniel Rampage Garcia. He was the main event of Rampage for so long. It was
him and Hook for a long time.
And and for the past 3 or 4 months, they've really built up Yuta. And I've talked about this on our last show. Their IWTV 100 match that went to a 60-minute draw was absolutely amazing. And I'm sure that a lot of wrestling fans were confused by Daniel Garcia being in the Jericho Appreciation Society and not the Blackpool Combat Club. And we've talked at length about that and how we feel like that it's good that he's in Jericho Appreciation Society because we all know that he can wrestle. This is the match I'm looking most forward to on this card. This is the future of Ring of Honor.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a perfect way to put it. I'm gonna let the people know real quick. Just a fair warning. It just started thunderstorming. If this ends suddenly, that's why.
I can't call it.
That is and that's valid. That's something that doesn't happen often with prediction shows, but it does happen
I mean,
sometimes.
Yuta was in that badass tag team match, and he got the brunt of the beating from the best friends. And you know, he just came back from Japan from the Best of Super Juniors. Garcia, on the other hand, you know, he's relatively fresh, bodily, and Yuta brought up the whole thing about him being in the hospital and almost losing his life or
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, Garcia is a hound dog, man. You don't want it now that it's pure rules, though. You to bring that up is smart because Garcia's going to want to punch him. Garcia's going to want to not listen to the ref. So it comes down to those pure rules.
It almost happened. It almost happened.
It almost happened here. Again.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, I think it did happen. Oh, I've lost Timothy. He's gone. Oh, no. So Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia, they're both great. I can't really call this one. Daniel Garcia is going to want to act like a sports entertainer, and he's not going to be able to. Let's see here. Samoa Joe defends the TV title against Jay Lethal with Sanjay Dutt and Santam Singh. For that reason, I do believe that Jay Lethal might just come away with a victory here, unless the referee has to throw out Santam Singh and Sanjay Dutt. Because, like, one-on-one, Samoa Joe clears Jay Lethal. But with that big-ass Santam Singh at ringside, things could go south for Samoa Joe. Jonathan Gresham defends the Ring of Honor World title against Claudio Castanelli. This is gonna be sort of another coming out party for Claudio. He debuted at shit. I don't remember the name of that show. It was the last pay-per-view. Double or Nothing? Was it Double or Nothing? Is that where it debuted? I think it was. But then he came into the Blood and Guts match and looked like a goddamn machine because he is a goddamn machine. The Swiss Superman. But does Gresh lose here? Interesting. Does Gresh lose? I don't think so. Not this time. But if Claudio does come away with the victory and win that title, then I think Claudio's feud for that title should be with Lee Moriarty. I think that makes the most sense. So I am predicting a Claudio win. And I'm hoping for a Claudio win, even though I absolutely love Jonathan Gresham. I mean, I got my little man right here. This is it's an octopus. Tim bought me this before before his house blew away in a thunderstorm, which will shortly happen to me. Finishing it off with FTR versus the Briscoes. Take two. FTR and Briscoes 1 is my favorite tag team wrestling match that I've seen in recent memory, maybe ever. This match has big shoes to fill to live up to the first one. I think they're going to have no issue doing so. FTR is defending the Ring of Honor World titles or World Tag Team titles against the Briscoes. The Briscoes just recently signed a long-term deal, and there goes the power.
Back on.
The power is on, but not like all the way on. It is dark right now, but you know, I think I'm still alive. Tim is not here with me, but I think we're okay. I'm going to try to turn up my brightness and see. No, that just made it worse. You can kind of still see me. This stream is going off the rails, but I think we're still doing fine.
I think
That fuse blew?
the fuse blew.
The fuse, yeah.
Back on, I think. I'm gonna go check it.
Yeah, go check that out. Because, like, we have power, but I have no light and no AC. So, there's lights in the basement, she says. This is a weird stream. But you know what? What does Armbar Audio do? We persevere. We push forward. And we predict that FTR keeps the titles because they are starting their belt collecting journey. And it's going to be a long reign. Let's see if I can do something here. Now, the Briscoes did just sign a long-term Ring of Honor deal. So, oh, no, we got it. And look at that. Let's turn this back down now. Hey, there I am. That looks so weird. Why does the background look lighter? It doesn't matter. Who cares? So yeah. I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this was good. It's 37 minutes of semi-coherent rambling about Ring of Honor. But, you know, when you make plans and they fall through and then they come back. The fuse was warm to the touch.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like a thing that is safe.
Whatever zapped through must have zapped everything.
Was our house potentially struck by lightning?
I don't think so.
I think we would
You
know
would have heard
if
the
that happened.
crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, folks. I'm going to get to work building my arc, and we will see you on the next video. Take it easy. Enjoy Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor tonight. It's going to be a damn good show, top to bottom. Like, all stream chaos aside, this card is fucking phenomenal. And it's worth the price of admission. So, check it out. Watch Ring of Honor. If you don't watch Ring of Honor, they won't be able to do it anymore. And, like, we all want it so bad. We got to hold up our end of the bargain and make it happen, you know? So, yeah. That's going to do it for myself, John Kearns, and Tim Farley. You want to say something? I guess not. So, thank you for joining us, and we will see you on the next episode of Armbar Audio, wherever you are in the world, whether it is morning, noon, or night. You have a great one, and peace and love to all of you. Bang. Ho.